Could rolling power outages become part of our future? A recent report says yes, the South is more at risk for losing the lights during winter weather.
Rolling outages are a step utility companies can take during periods of high demand for power. The power company will manually turn off power for a while and then turn it back on.
The company saying it helps protect the electric grid, but Fox Carolina Investigates finds out if there's no preparation ahead of time, the consequences can be disastrous and even deadly.
Fox Carolina's Grace Runkel breaks down what this means for you as we see extreme cold this week.
Rolling outages have happened in the upstate before. On Christmas Eve 2022, Duke Energy did rolling outages across the Western Carolinas for the first time in company history. Around 500,000 people were left in the dark for hours. During that time, one man even lost his life. Now a report says customers should brace themselves for rolling outages again. As freezing temperatures set in this week, a report from the North American Electric Reliability Corporation warns much of the country is at risk for more rolling outages. That includes the Southeast and South Carolina, where it predicts an elevated risk during extreme weather.
We made the only decision we could to protect grid integrity. And for the first and only time in our company's history, we implemented rotating outages in the Carolinas.
That's what Duke Energy leaders told state regulators back in 2023 when they were explaining why they were forced to do rolling outages across our area on Christmas Eve 2022.
Sucks, man. I woke up this morning, I was like, what time is it? Can't tell. Phone dead.
Even though we didn't see any ice or snow, Duke Energy said the outages were needed because of the unusually cold temperatures combined with a high demand for power on a holiday. Just take a listen to this wind from that day. The company also said it uses previous weather models to predict power demand, but a similar day, quote, did not exist. But Fox Carolina's investigation uncovered Duke Energy new rolling outages, also known as load shedding, were a possibility nearly 2 years before they actually happened. We obtained an internal memo sent to the company's board of directors. It's dated May 6, 2021, and reads in part, quote, modeling of extreme cold indicated significant load shedding may be necessary. Despite this, when the company's warning became reality, the process was a disaster. A state report revealed a number of problems on Duke Energy's part, including a software system that didn't perform, equipment failures, and notably, a failure to adequately prepare.
There were several management decisions that we pointed out in the report where the company could have made a different management decision. We've encouraged them to look at that and make improvements.
That's what the Office of Regulatory Staff, or ORS, told state regulators in September 2023. The ORS was tasked with creating the report outlining Duke Energy's mistakes and failures. But another key part of the report's findings was how the company communicated with customers. The short answer, they didn't, at least not at first. Duke Energy waited several hours before telling customers they were doing rolling outages. And when they did communicate to customers, they provided inaccurate restoration times. It's that issue that one upstate family says led to the death of their loved one. In a lawsuit filed on behalf of Tony Smith, his family claims he heard Duke Energy's misleading estimates on when power would be restored. The company said the rolling outages would only last at most 1 hour. In reality, they lasted much longer. Tony Smith relied on oxygen. The lawsuit claims he heard the misleading messages from Duke and he didn't have time to make it to his portable tanks. His son found him dead 4 feet away from the oxygen that could have saved his life. Duke Energy says they've since created a customer alert system tailored to rolling outages. We wanted to know what else they're doing to prepare as we brace for cold temperatures this week. We asked a company spokesperson. They told us, quote, we are operating all available generation units and maintaining demand response and power purchase options to maximize resources to serve our customers. The company also said they are monitoring the system 24/7, and their generation teams have already completed cold weather preparations, which include additional staffing plans and ensuring all plants are available and not undergoing maintenance. Fox Carolina has extended coverage going in depth on what happened during those outages on Christmas Eve 2022 and more on that state report that outlined what went wrong. You can find that by going to foxcarolina.com and clicking on the Investigations tab. You can watch our exclusive interview with the family of Tony Smith and find a breakdown of what's happened since those outages. Again, just head to foxcarolina.com. Grace Runkel, Fox Carolina News.